Hello beautiful people, it is 5:45 as I'm starting this reading. I do want to point out I do have a face mask on. I'm not having some crazy allergic reaction, so that's what's going on up there. But I have a love message for you, and I kept channeling Adore You by Miley Cyrus and 505 by Arctic Monkeys. So I haven't channeled like a really light-hearted love reading, I feel like, in a little while, so I'm excited to channel this and tap into this, but I immediately split it to the Six of Pentacles and the Lovers. I feel like this is someone who is not looking to use you, is not looking to have you overexert yourself. They want to give you everything that you pour into others. And it's not just the love that you pour into your person, but this person sees the love that you give for nature, the love that you give for babies, for plants, for pets, for everything. I said plants and nature. So there's definitely an emphasis on maybe like inanimate objects, of just having a care for the planet, but regardless, this person, they choose you. That keeps coming to mind too, but let's get some cards. But seriously, Miley Cyrus, I haven't heard that song in forever, but boy, I adore you. All right, the first card that came out is the Hermit. So one or both of y'all could be taking some time. Ooh, lightning confirmation. Could be taking some time for some inner healing, for some inner work, okay? It's not that you're pulling away from each other. It's not that you're distancing yourself. It's not that you're backing away or you're finding a quick exit route. Someone, or both of you again, are doing some inner healing. So if you are on the other side of this and you've noticed that your partner's been maybe a little bit more distant, maybe a little bit taking more time for themselves, Spirit's really encouraging you not to take that as a hit to yourself, not to start to criticize and get insecure within your own self, and to just understand that this person just simply has some things that they have in mind. And I do feel like part of it does encompass you, but I think more than anything, this is, I'm hearing making sure that we're fully healed before we take the next step in the relationship. So maybe you guys are already dating, maybe you guys are already engaged, maybe you guys already live together. Whatever the case is, there's like a need to get to a next maturity level before you move on to the next stage in the relationship. It's 2:22 and I paused, but let's get some further cards about this. We have the World in the reversal with the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and Judgment. So I think the biggest thing here is someone's a little bit scared of letting go and diving into this connection fully. I feel like sometimes there's some past thoughts that creep in, there's some past people that creep in, and it's not that this person wants to go back. Okay, I really want to emphasize that. They really don't. But I think the fear is getting left out in the cold. I think their fear is not getting chosen first. Okay? And I really do feel like they have had to build a lot for themselves. And so sometimes they're a little bit protective of that too. You know, for a while there, they could have not had much for themselves. They couldn't have been very protective of themselves. They couldn't have seen themselves as like worth very much. So they weren't trying to put their guard up. They weren't trying to protect themselves from negative energies and negative people. But now it feels like they've had stuff that they've really worked for and that they're very proud of. And they know that they can take it with the right person. But I do still feel like there is a fear. And I feel like the World is, in the reversal, is really signifying that this person is getting called to release those. That's why the Hermit's out here. That's what we're doing in our time of solitude. We're closing out these chapters, because as long as we have remnants, as long as we have pieces, as long as the door is slightly left ajar, it's going to leave room for those energies to attach. And we just don't want that in this kind of love, especially because I was channeling such like a pure-hearted, kind love. Like, we don't need any of that icky-dicky stuff. I'm burping like crazy too, so like, confirmation galore. I feel like a major thing that's coming through as well with the Judgment is like, I can't even like get out the message. I just keep burping. This person, despite them getting a little bit scared of getting left out in the cold, despite them getting a little bit fearful of going back in past cycles, they know that you're different. I keep hearing it feels like you were sent from heaven. It feels like you were kind of handmade, handcrafted for this person and sent down. You know, it's not that you were sent down for this person. It's not that you were sent down for love, to be someone's wife, to be someone's husband. That's not what I'm saying. But that was part of your soul contract, and that was part of theirs, was to find you and to have this connection. And I think the more that they try to push you away, the more that they try to reject this, the more that they try to compare, it's just like, I'm hearing that things aren't adding up. So they could literally, you know, sometimes be trying to talk themselves out of it, but it just feels like the more they try to talk themselves out of it, the more that they try to detach, it's actually kind of further their belief. This is so interesting, okay? Like, this isn't really where I was beginning this channel. And I'm honestly starting to think that it's because this person hasn't been used to a soft kind of love. I feel like it's kind of a natural, it's not a complete rejection. It's not like a complete push away, like get away from me, but there's a slight risk. And I'm hearing there's a level of uncomfortability that this person faces in having a soft, genuine, true, down to earth love. Because whether, I'm hearing now with this Five of Pentacles, I feel like most of their relationships, if not all of them, ended like very toxic. So if they weren't the ones getting left out in the cold, they were leaving someone out in the cold. It doesn't feel like they were very like mutual, amicable. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like just respectable, kind of just like both coming to agreement. It feels like it was always someone feeling left out, always someone feeling like they didn't get the full story, they didn't get the full version of the person in the end. And I am hearing, you know, for those individuals that they put that energy in, you know, your person put someone else in that energy, there is some karma that might need to be paid off, hence why we're taking some time alone too. But let's tap into this just a little bit more. I just want to get into this. I want to go further into this Hermit more than anything, honestly. We have Justice. What did I just say about paying off karma? There's scales that need to be rebalanced, okay? You know, I don't think that your person ever really meant to do this to hurt anybody or to cause, or, you know, kind of like, I don't think it was ever because I got hurt this way, I'm gonna hurt someone else in this way too. I don't think it was ever intentional in that regard. But in the same light, your person did cause some pain, cause some infliction with some people around them, and thus there is still karma that needs to be paid off. So again, I don't know if your person's just been a little bit distant, if maybe they've been taking a little bit more time. I just feel like there's a huge confirmation coming in from spirit of like, this person does really want you, this person really does adore you, they want to choose you, but it feels like there's some stuff going on kind of in their own interpersonal life. I don't know why they're being so silent about it, because it feels like you have had kind of inclinations, your intuition has been kind of picking up on things here and there, but you haven't really been able to like confirm that something has been going down or what exactly has been going down. I want to go more into the Justice though. Is there anything else that this person's like paying off karma for at this time besides those past relationships? We have the Nine of Swords. I do feel like your person could have had a hard time empathizing with other people, or I'm hearing putting themselves in their shoes. So the example that they're kind of giving me is in the past when they got their heart broken, when they were left out in the cold, it was a big deal. They wanted people to empathize, to feel bad for them, all of those kind of things. But when they would do it to another person, they may kind of like talk it down as like, oh, I didn't really talk to them that long, or oh, we didn't really get to know. Do you know what I mean? Whereas that person may have not seen it in that light and may have gotten hurt. So I do feel like that's part of what's going down is, you know, there were some feelings that were hurt and not really taken accounted for. But with the Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands, this is really just a rebalancing of the scales, okay? I want to point out that we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all get put in karmic cycles at different times in our lives. And so this is no shade, no criticism to your person at all, okay? Literally at all. They just have to simply pay off some debts before they can step into a new light. But the fact that the Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands is coming out of here, take a sneeze, and this is successful energy. This is ready to kind of tackle everything. This is a go-getter, a newfound inspiration is what I'm hearing as well. A new pep in your step. Can't say I've heard that one in a really long time. But it just feels like, again, there's no shade to this person, to your person. I kind of want to take this into a part 2 and see what's coming. He likes the face mask. It smells like strawberries. But let's take it to a part 2.